Hi everyone, Paul down here at CCRV. Right, we've decided to do a video on what basically will happen to your van if you don't keep the water out of it. It's like a house, like any wooden structure, brick structure. If you get damp, if you get water gets inside it, it's going to rot wood out. It's as simple as that. So we're going to show you a couple of vans we've got here for repair. Customers ones which are here for repair because they basically haven't maintained them and done the obvious seals and everything. So this is a video that will show you what to look for, what to maintain to keep the water out. This one isn't too bad. You really wouldn't notice it from smell or anything like that, but how the customer found this was basically he wanted to renew carpets and stuff, so we took the carpet out and decided to renew it. Then, you know, surprise, surprise, we've got a bit of water ingression. This one isn't too bad. So if you come and have a look at this, this is the start of it all. It always tends to go, you see on these corners here? Yeah. That's where it'll go. That's where it starts. So you can see that all moving. In the middle, they're fine. And normally there would be a sofa there, so you wouldn't really know. This is on its way. It's just starting to go. Now we'll just shoot outside and then I'll show you how it starts. Now if you come down here, so this is the outside of where the wood marries. Now if you get down here, Dave, you can see what's happened is there is like a drip. But what happens is the water runs down here, down this bit of plastic, along there, and there's a drip. And it will drip off of the van. So because this one has deteriorated, look, here we go. Look at that. You can see the wood all coming out of there. So we've got to replace the wood, replace this bit here, and this is one of the main things. This silicone bead that goes behind this bit of trim here that holds the hockey stick on. If that goes, the water will run down inside that van and go inside there and destroy the floor. And now what we'll do now is I'll show you one that is proper bad. This come off of a static site and it's never been tended. I think it was just left, and I'll show you what that has just started. This one will show you how it'll end up. Right, here we go. This is probably the worst one I've ever seen because it's the whole floor and it's always in the slide. It's never anywhere else, and then usually they don't really smell of damp. That's the strangest thing. But those little splits on that silicone outside, the windows don't leak, anything like that. Of absolutely, if I stood on that, look, I'll be straight through. And you wouldn't believe that over the years that can cause that much damage. Now I've got a few little tricks that we're going to show you, which you can do yourself. We're going to repair these, but we might do that in another video. It's a straightforward job. Any DIY, bit of a carpenter could do it, so it's not the end of the world. So that's that floor. That is well and truly knackered, so we're going to put a new floor in there. Now I'll show you a couple of things that we've bought that are really good for keeping the water away from the van on the bits that will leak. Right, there's a couple of things that we've bought online. You see these, like what would you call them, shades or something? The plastic. And you think, well, what the hell's that any good for? Right, so what we've done, and this does work, what we've done is we've put them, you see over the top of the windows up there, they simply, get me on a picture there, Donny, we simply peel that off, stick that on. You can put a bead of silicone around it, or you could even put a couple of tiny screws in there really to secure it. But what we found is if you put these over the tops of the windows, that's the only place they're going to leak. So if you're static, or even if you're touring and you want to maintain your van, I think you can buy these online, or we'll stock some down here. If you get really stuck, give us a call. But you can put them over the windows. You wouldn't even know they were on there, and they would just keep the rain off of the van. You might say, well, what if we've got a long window, like the long back one? So what we've done is we bought two, cut it in half and just siliconed it all together, put some tape on the inside and then glued them on the out, you know, pulled the peeling, the sticky stuff off, stuck them on, put a bit of mastic around them. And the guy that lives in this one, he did have a little bit of a leak in this corner, and it was coming through there, and no matter what we did, we couldn't stop it. So we put this on, and now that's completely stopped it. So these are a perfect idea to safeguard your windows from leaking. All right, next one. It's a sort of, I don't know what you call it really, I'll have to investigate that one, but it's like a trim that you can cut to size. So what you'd simply do, I mean, it probably wants to put in a kettle or something and just straighten it up a bit really, because it's a little bit screwed up. But what we'll do is we'll cut that now with the scissors. So I've cut that back bit off there. The best thing is just to cut it with the scissors. Right, and then what we want to do is we're going to put a bit of this, it's a sort of sticky gutter in really. What we're going to do, and we're going to demonstrate this, we're going to cut it to size and put it on there. Right, so cut it to size, and the idea, and we're going to, it's basically, you peel off that off the backing, and that's really, really sticky. It's almost like that tape you use to put number plates on. And we're going to mess about for 5 minutes here and get that on there, and then we're going to get the hose and we're going to see what happens. Because we had a customer that sort of did this. I thought it was a really good idea. It was a little bit more rigid than this, so I'll investigate if we can buy anything any better, but we'll put that on now and then we'll come back and show you it all working, hopefully. We're going to get a bit of water on and demonstrate a bit of rain. It is actually raining at the moment, but we're going to put some water up there. Tell me when it's coming off, Dave. So this is simulating, we're on a simulation day here, simulating a bit of rain. It is raining, here comes the jets. Right, here we go folks, you can see water coming off of everywhere now. So it is raining, so there is rain coming down here, genuinely, but you can see along here, you see this, it beading up, see the water's coming down, and it's going down the valley gutter in that we've put on. This is the main area where it comes down here. So obviously we could have done a little bit better with that, to be honest, but this is a general idea. If you put one of these on this slide, it will stop all of the rain going on here. If you have a look, Dave, where the trim meets the slide, can you see that gap? This is the first one I showed you. Just that has caused all that trouble on the floor. So this bit of trim, I think that's quite clever really. We're painting that, you know. They probably do it on caravans or something, I don't know, on motorhomes. But I think it's an easy fix, and you can see it now where it's raining. It's actually running along that valley and running off the end. If we modified this so it went over this bit of trim, that, folks, will stop all of your problem on that. Another little thing is, this one's lost its spout off of here. See the spout up here? That keeps the rain away from the body. This has lost a spout, so all the gutter in, it runs straight down the body, which ain't going to do it no good. So again, if you're on your travels or you're touring around, make sure the spouts are on there. It's just this time of the year. Once it starts raining, this is when the problems begin. This is the last bit here, that white tape that you'll see that goes on the slide. That's called a turner bond. We've got some videos on how to put it on, but that's another excellent thing to put on your slide for the winter. So the turner bond is the key on that one for your fifth wheel, travel trailer, motorhome, anything like that. Yeah. Right, like and subscribe to the channel. If you got to the end, well done. Dave's up the ladder. I'm going to go and make my cup of tea now. But that's how you fix your leaky old vans. So do it before they leak, then you ain't going to pay us to fix them. All right, over and out from CCRV. The best thing is just to cut it with the scissors eventually. These ain't the best scissors, Dave. Right. So the theory is that when it rains, as I say, it might take us a little while to do this. So, as I say, these scissors are knackered, Dave. They want binning. Christ alive. Right.